It's time for Market Explainer, your number one business news podcast. Hosted by Danny and the big man. And it starts right now.
So Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, which I find that to be suspect, is making a $200 million investment into Forbes,
Right.
the 100 and whatever year old business magazine, to help it go public with a SPAC. I got so many questions. I don't know how to get them answered.
What questions do you have? Like what is it that bothers you?
This doesn't make any sense. That bothers me. That's a big one.
Actually, all right, here's the problem I have. This reeks of 1920s mobster.
Okay. Let's just
90s .com bubbles, all of these kind of things.
Before Big Man drops his trowel and defecates all over, because he is this guy, I love him, does not believe in the crypto industry or the cryptocurrency market as a whole.
No.
Which is fine. He is going to be late to the party because within 10 years, he will only be able to see his movie by giving somebody Shiba Inu coin, okay?
No.
He's not.
No.
Mrs. the Big Man will not be ordering groceries with the United States dollar. It's going to be, honey, we had to go to HEB. They only take Dogecoin now.
Okay.
So that's the future that's coming. Okay.
That is not entirely accurate. I believe that if you can make money in any way you're allowed to make money legally, you
should do it. Yeah.
So if you bought Bitcoin at $2 a share and you're looking at it now and it's
not
for
a share,
you know what I mean?
But okay, fine.
At a coin, I understand, right?
Yeah, I know you understand, but I have to point it out.
A share, a coin, same thing. It's built on the same concept. Okay.
Okay.
The point
you say so.
is if you own one at $2, bought it at $2, and it's now worth $40,000. Good for you.
Yeah.
Happily, if you bought Dogecoin at less than a penny, and now it's at $5, good for you.
Right.
I am all about you making money, but please cash out at some point and use that money and do something else. Because over and over and over again, and this is why to me this is yet another red flag in that way. Like the 90s .com things. During the 90s, I was old enough to remember during the 90s, during the .com era, when these .coms were just making money for no reason. They were flush with cash and had to do something with them. I think what we now know is there were executives, smart people that had this money coming in, and they knew what they were doing was not going to last. So they had to use that revenue coming in to purchase things to hopefully, when what they were doing was not going to be anymore, that now they had streams of income. Yeah. To me, that's the only thing that makes sense. That Binance goes, how does they currently make money? They are crapping money on the transaction fees, the lending people money, all of these different ways. They are crapping money right now. They even know that crypto is not going to last forever. So why not take all of this money we've got coming in, start buying naming rights on stadiums? You saw how many commercials in the NF for the Super Bowl this past Sunday. How many crypto commercials? Let's start buying little pieces of companies so when this no longer works, we're a company that owns pieces of everything.
Right. And so it's going to stop working in the same way that buying things on the internet is a fad, right?
That's not true.
Well, I mean, no. There were people when the .com bust took place said this is it. Everyone's just going to go into a store in a mall and buy things. And if you were a heavy investor like Sam Zell was into office space or retail malls, you're eating your own pee-pee right now. So listen, and this is one of those fundamental dialogues that there's no point to have this argument over and over on the show because we have two very different views.
Right.
But your perspective here is that the founder of Binance is saying, this is the music's going to stop soon. So we're going to make this investment. Here's what I think. I think that there's some credence to what you're saying, and it might not be that I don't. Because of course I don't believe that the cryptocurrency market as a whole is just going to fall out one day, not exist anymore.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
And
that.
yeah, what I do believe a correction is going to come. I think that everybody and their mother has a crypto protocol or coin. That's stupid. I think it's going to fall out and it's going to be 10 or 15 at the top. But the point is, I think this guy's saying I have to do something. He has to basically wash some of his money,
Well, and
right?
that's why I say reeks of 1920s or where you have a company that should not get a $200 million influx. This
Right.
company
Forbes
in the fall, Forbes in
makes
the
no
fall,
sense. Nobody like we. I can go. I have a blog. I can do what Forbes does now.
right?
Crappy clickbait titles. I mean, Business Insider just decides they're going to go to war with everybody,
There,
and that's how
there
they
are
get
two
clicks.
known things: is their magazine, which I'm surprised they even publish anymore. It should be 100% digital
Didn't
content, and
didn't even know they
two,
still had it.
their annual, right? Their annual who's the top 100 richest people in the world, right? Kind of
Oh,
edition,
the
right?
Forbes
That was
100. Yeah.
made famous through Forbes, right? So again, in the fall, they came out and said, "Hey, we've got a $400 million influx of cash,"
Right.
is what Forbes said. Unfortunately for them, now this story comes out that says Binance is giving them $200 million, and that $200 million is replacing $200 million of that $400 million. So
So
apparently, at least half of those people that said they
yeah.
were going to give Forbes money backed out. And you would go, okay, why did that happen?
Right.
Because they
Why did
shouldn't be getting it.
why are the institutional investors who did the diligence because they said we're going to give you this money, so they made a commitment, and then when the time came to pull the trigger on the commitment, they went, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
And so that makes me go, pardon. But Binance, I believe, is saying we've got money to burn. Let's roll the dice. So for the
Mm-hmm.
institutional investor, they're sitting at their computer going, the graphs and charts don't add up. And the guys at Binance are just like, let's give them some cash. Like that's the difference here. They're gambling.
Well, and but again goes back to my it's a red flag for crypto. I think what you're going to see throughout the remainder of 2022 and into 2023, as long as crypto is as hot as it is, and these
Right.
companies like Binance and Coinbase and these kind of that get paid transactionally.
Yeah,
Binance may not own a single bit of crypto, like
well,
at
it has
all.
a coin. Binance has its own token. So yeah.
My point though is they're not out there buying Ethereum, they're not out there buying Bitcoin, they're not out there buying Dogecoin. They
Yeah.
may or may not be, but my point is
Right.
how they make money is
Is
like
transactions.
a broker, a
Yeah.
stockbroker, right?
Correct.
Transaction fees, loaning money out and getting
Right.
return fees, all of these different ways. That's how they make money. They are not a crypto making money company. They're a brokerage type of
Right.
business model, right?
Right.
And there are several of them out there, Coinbase and all these different kinds of things. And what you're going to see through 2022 and 2023 is you're going to see where these companies that have popped up in the last 3 or 4 years because of the advent of
Right.
crypto, right,
Right.
are flush with cash. They all see what this Binance
Yeah.
sees, and you're going to see an influx of these crypto companies buying these kind of things, investing in these kind of
Yeah,
things.
and I don't think you're wrong, and I think that's how you end up with a company like AOL owning a bunch of content blogs
Mm-hmm.
and then getting acquired by somebody else. So I guess I understand what you're saying, and I understand the prediction you're
Otherwise,
making.
why? Why
Yeah,
not? If why take $200 million, which is not a little bit amount of money. Now it's not
no, it's not.
6.6 billion like buying, you know what I mean, combining airlines like our last
Right,
story. But
right,
it's not a little bit of amount of money. Why would Binance not reinvest that money into their company? Why
right,
would they be giving it to a company that Forbes? How much different of a business model can it
right.
be from
So
crypto transactions to
right.
100-year-old magazine?
So I think there's part of it could be there, and people like you, the older, stodgy, investor class that's like, stocks and bonds. a 15% return, and we're over here like flipping JPEGs for hundreds of millions of dollars. There is a certain amount of legitimacy that Binance gets to purchase with, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're an investor in a magazine. Literally, we're out here trying to kill paper money, and we literally own a piece of old paper money. So,
But
like,
But you're 100%. It gives them legitimacy and diversity. They
right.
got 2 seats. They
Oh,
purchased 2 seats on the
two
board
board
of
seats.
Forbes, right?
Okay.
They purchased 2 board seats by this combination, right?
Right.
So they get a say in how Forbes is ran. So maybe
And
Forbes becomes something, right? They get a whole crypto division.
that's exactly what's going to happen is some of the reporting in the crypto industry, and in any industry for that matter, is anti-crypto, right? It's everything
Mm-hmm.
big man is saying. So they don't believe. And it's the same thing in like the car like world of like there's some blogs that I read where it's like, hey, if you hate cars, why are you writing about cars, dude? So or person,
Yeah.
so why are they? So that's why like crypto is like there. It's if you're highly skeptical about an industry and that's all you do is write about it, like you need somebody who's like into it so they can describe with accuracy what is happening versus someone who's like it's all a Ponzi scheme. Right. They can just print money out of nowhere and distribute it. It's not like anybody else has ever done that. So,
Well, but those
but this
fall
is
under greater red flags, and I'm trying to keep my thoughts about this instead of going into crypto as a whole.
yeah.
Go out there and just read the recent months of articles about all of that. But anyway, the point is
He sends me crypto bashing articles on a daily basis
I
like
send
he is
you also crypto positive articles. When I come
never.
across an article
Never.
that I find interesting,
Yeah.
I send it.
No, that's never happened. So all these crypto bashing articles, like he is a fiend looking for a fix, and he's always just like, "You see this? It's gonna crash, dude. It's gonna happen. It's gonna crash." And I'm always just like, I'm happy with whatever if I have any, whatever. And I'm always just like, having a nice day.
I'm
And he's
just
like,
saying that
doom, gloom, doom, gloom.
I'm just saying that Al Capone probably owned a couple of nightclubs and
Yeah,
hotels, and you know what
right.
I mean. I'm just saying the mob also owned pieces of legitimate businesses.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
and I find mob activity in general to be without if you take out the murdering part, okay?
Right.
You take out the murdering part, and then I say, hey, listen, they're providing goods and services that are otherwise deemed illicit by the elite class who are inevitably consumers of those goods and services. So the government says you can't have any fun, but here's the mayor having fun at Al Capone's place. So I think it's fine. I think the
Regardless of
mob is
how I
good.
feel about crypto, and I just need this to be said,
Yeah.
regardless of how I feel about crypto, I want you all to cash out with $1 billion
Whatever it
from
is you
crypto.
make, yeah,
Like,
make all
I
your
hope you
money.
all, that's the part where I get lost. Yes, I don't believe in crypto. I think it will ultimately crash and burn, much like pink shink stocks and stuff like that. But my point though is I hope whoever is I don't wish poorly on anyone that is
Yeah,
invested in these things.
the one thing about Big Man is he doesn't wish poverty on anybody because you were
No,
poor once.
of course.
So any way you can get it, get out and get it. Hey, when I see stories of young teenagers making $1 million selling NFTs, I go, "What am I doing with my life?"
Well, and I hope they've cashed that money out and they are
Yeah,
true
listen,
millionaires. That it's
and
not just on a, you know what I mean?
right, and part of me has thought, why bother getting a real estate license? I'll just go sell digital real estate, right? Fake real estate in the sky. It's a line of code. I'll just sell that
Again, if you
for
can make a
better
million
money.
dollars doing it and you can put a
Yeah,
million dollars in your bank account,
right.
good on you. I'm happy for you.
All right. We
Great.
got to round out the show here with our last story. And before we do that, I want to tell you about Bolo Intelligence. Bolo Intelligence is my website where you can go learn about tracking systems if you're looking to put a tracker on your kid's car, your parents' car, or if you
Ex
manage
girlfriend's
a.
car,
Nope, don't do that.
mistress's
Uh,
car.
nope. Well, that's if you bought the car, that's probably fine. If you manage a fleet on Turo, Get Around, or if you're a DSP for Amazon, we got a bunch of great solutions over at bolointel.com.